Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play .hack.gu Volume 2. This is Some Type of Artist. Last time we faced Nala in the arena, and it was so uninteresting and anticlimactic. I just... Why is Nala a character in this game? Haseo, that's not fair of you to only fuck Alkaid in a field. Let's go to this place so we can fuck in a field. Just the two of us. No three-way. Got that? Yeah, I got it, Atoli. Thanks. Still can't believe what a troll Alkaid was to Atoli. That was great. Love that.
Lingering, aching love, huh?
Lingering, aching love. Can you be more subtle? When I was out adventuring with Gaspard the other day, we came across a chaotic PKer. Luckily, we managed to keep from being attacked by hiding in the shadows as he came towards us. He looked kind of like a clown, but even so, there was no way that we could have defeated him. If only I could use broadswords. I could knock him away with a charge attack and keep my distance while I fought him. Who am I kidding? You fought with lots of people like that, haven't you? You really are amazing, Haseo. Yeah, so I guess that's coming up to let you know that chaotic PKs are going to be a thing once you've done the quest for the Dingo Vital Vista, the one that's in charge of the bounty hunter ones. Last volume I kept that all the way towards the end just because I didn't want to like risk chaotic PKers like, oh, what's going on, girls?
Why is Alkaid?
I happened to be passing by when I saw Atoli making preparations to go adventuring. So I decided to go along with her. Haseo, why don't you come?
Atoli, be more assertive. Say you have something to talk about with Haseo. Or something. This could have been avoided, but... You know what, I don't see the purpose of training missions for the arena where you can't invite one of your people that you fight with in the arena, so whatever. So it's gonna be another Alkaid and Atoli training session, you know, whatever. Jeez, Haseo. Don't like seeing you this up close. You know, it's weird though, Haseo is one of the models that I prefer, like, in-game like this rather than CG for the cutscenes. I don't know, something about Haseo in the cutscenes just seems so, like super greasy to me. There's, like, something about his face that just feels, like, very unwashed. Like, I don't know, maybe, not to get a little personal, but, like, since, you know, I did have hair, like, sort of like Haseo's, and like, back in the day, and, you know, I do remember, like, you know, the grease from your hair does, like, go onto your forehead, and it does require, like, constant, you know, washing your face and making sure you're using proper facial cleansers and everything like that. So, I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, remembering how that felt, but I don't know, something about Haseo's face in the cutscenes is just, like, super weird. And it has to be just for, like, the model here, because I don't get that feeling when I see Haseo in .hack Roots. Haseo in .hack Roots, his skin is, like, tan. Like, almost orange. It's weird, he has, like, a completely different, like, skin tone than he does in the games here. I don't really... I don't quite understand why. I mean, I guess it's just, like, a different decision, because all the characters kind of look a little different. Like, I remember Ovan's hair being, like, it's basically the same hairstyle, but it's more wavy than it is in the games where it's just, like, straight. I don't know. What was I saying before this? Something, I'm sure, not very important. I don't know. It's a sunset field. I like sunset fields. This is my favorite field type in the game. I mean, obviously, this is, like, one of two different field types, but, like, specifically this combination. Yeah, nothing like running over a bird with a motorcycle, right? Oh, neat. So all the, like, objects we kick, like, the mushrooms in this field are gonna be treasure boxes. I guess the difference is you get, like, healing items and, you know, customizable items from the objects you can destroy, and then you get equipment from the objects you open up, like chests. So I guess that's the difference between the two. And I don't know, I guess the equipment is more useful, but I mean, you're never really getting enough of a variety. Like, the best you can really hope for in any one area is just to get a bunch of the same type of equipment so you can alchemize them all to +5. But, I'm still trying to think about what I was talking about, and I cannot remember for the life of me. This happens, like, all the time. I can't focus on, like, talking about any one thing. I don't know. My mind's all over the place. Something about Dot Hack Roots. I still haven't walked it yet. I know I keep saying it. I'm still, you know, I'm still taking a little break from GU and everything after finally finishing all 3 games. It took me like 2 months to go through, too. Like, and it wasn't always because I didn't have time. Like, towards the end, I just did not look forward to playing it. It really does just last way too long. I guess I kind of had a similar feeling for the original series the last time I played through it too. But, I don't know. I don't really remember feeling like I don't want to play this. I remember feeling things like I really want to play something else, but not I don't want to play this. Just like, I don't know. When I finished the original series a couple of years ago, when I revisited it, it was more like I was burnt out, but I was satisfied at the end. In this one, it was just kind of like I kept forcing myself to keep playing it, just for not just for like because I'm doing a let's play of it, but because, you know, I don't know, that's the way I am with like things, with like books, with TV shows, with video games. Like I rarely stop in the middle of something, even if I'm not having a good time. I usually try to finish whatever I'm doing like all the way through. And I don't know, because I think you can't really have an opinion of something, or at the very least, your opinion can't be as grounded, or as, you know, worth as much as someone else's that has completed something, if you've only, like, done, like, half of it. Like, you're more than welcome to say, like, yeah, I played Dot Hack GU, I played through, like, half of it, and I really wasn't having any fun, it's very repetitive and boring and stuff like that, but, like, and that's fine, because, like, you straight up, like, admitted, you know, you couldn't finish it, you got bored of it, and that's totally fine, but, like, I don't know, I guess, like, I knew a lot of people growing up that, like, kept on, like, having very passionate, strong opinions of things they had, like, little experience with. Like, I don't know. Like, if someone kept on saying, like, Dot Hack, if you were talking to someone about Dot Hack GU, and they were saying, it's so boring, the story's really dumb, it's, you know, it's a game about a game, the game's boring, and, you know, the gameplay's repetitive or whatever, and then you ask them, oh man, how long is it? It's like, I don't know, I only played for like an hour. It's like, can you like really like take his word for it? Because how do you know like it couldn't get better? I mean, not saying that it did, that's like one way or the other for any given situation like that, but like I think it's important to experience like the whole of something before like making your final call on it, if that makes any sense. Or at least like owning up if you haven't. I don't know, that's just like a personal thing that's always kind of bugged me when other people do it. Because I don't know, I think it's sometimes you can like, if you don't have the whole thing experienced, you're kind of misrepresenting both it and yourself if you're like not, you know, coming forward and admitting that up front. You know, you don't necessarily have to like do 100% of the like completion or anything for every single thing, but you know, at the very least, I feel like you should be able to like beat the game. You know, I don't know, but this area has like some of my favorite monsters in it, so that's fun for me. Like, I like these monsters that have those shells they hide underneath, and then they're just like crazy things just running around with exaggerated arm motions. And then the seahorses with, like, the armor on them, I think those are cool, too. The seahorses kind of remind me of this other enemy from the original series that you face in Volume 3, I think, when they start appearing. I can't remember if they're seahorses or not. They have a similar shape, but they have, like, this crazy, like, core that's, like, kind of glowing, kind of clear with something, with, like, a light inside, maybe. But, I think those guys like started I don't know, I think they healed themselves a lot. They were kind of a pain in the ass to deal with. I remember data draining those things a lot the last time I played through the game. Yeah, man, the last time I played through the original series, that was... I got so giddy when I started it again, just because, I don't know, it's like that moment when like everything's coming back to me. I didn't have that with GU. In fact, I can't really remember too much about when I first started playing GU. And it's weird because like I looked forward to it so much. I was like counting down the days, but it came out during my first semester of college. And like it was not a good semester. It was not a good transitionary semester between high school and college in terms of like the workload. You know, I didn't drive to school my senior year in high school either, so now I had to like kind of get used to like a commute. It was like a 45-minute commute at that. I don't remember if I played a lot of GU during that actual semester, or if a lot of it came like during the winter break, because I remember it came out towards the end of October. And the only other friend that I knew that had it, like, automatically said, like, right off the get-go, like, I'm not really liking this so far. I don't know if she ever completed it or not, because we stopped talking, like, not far after that. But, you know, until another one of my friends got into it, it was kind of like a just me experience. Like, when I was in high school, I pretty much, like, forced dot hack on, like, every single friend I had and tried to, like, get them into it. Only one person... That one friend that wasn't really crazy about GU, like, actually went and got the games for herself. Another one of my friends borrowed the series from me and played through them all. But that's as far as I got with everybody. Oh jeez, I would sneeze. Oh man. Yeah, I think I'm getting a little sick. I kind of feel, I don't know, like super warm lately. And sneezing more, my nose feels clogged. Only be a matter of time before the sore throat thing starts happening. It doesn't help that I'm also kind of cleaning up the house and dusting things in between these videos processing. But, I mean, I don't know. I want to get these done, because, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, the next week or so isn't looking really too good for me for recording my audio, so... I'm gonna have to just try to get as much as I can done out of this. Because I don't know, like, I don't have to upload these, like, once a day like I've been doing, but since it is a long project, I feel like the best thing to do with any kind of long project is just to keep a steady pace and going at it little by little, or else you're just gonna end up putting it off and it's never gonna get done at all. Like, that's what, when I used to write more, that's what I used to do. Like, I wouldn't always be, like, in the mood to write, but I had to, like, kind of keep forcing myself to try to get something down on paper, so... I used to, like, set timers for myself. Like, when I woke up in the morning, you know, as I was, like, having my cereal, or, you know, iced coffee, or regular coffee, or whatever, you know, I did, like, do 15 minutes of just, like, free writing in the morning just to, like, get it done. Or, you know, during the day, you know, whenever it was, like, a good time to have time. Like, I take a notepad with me to work, and if I had a break, then I'd take that time writing there. Or maybe if it was, like, really nice out, I'd say, okay, after work, go by to, like, a nearby park and, like, sit down on a bench and, like... just, you know, just get some stuff down, because it's like, you just gotta get, like, in the habit of just doing things that seem, like, daunting to you. Like, that's what I really need to do if I want to, like, get back into drawing for fun again. Like, I'm always, like, afraid to draw on paper. I'm... You know, unfortunately, like, ever since I was a kid, I'm, like, the kind of guy that just wanted to, like, work on, like, one part of the drawing at a time and keep doing it until it was, like, perfect. Like, when I was doing anime stuff a lot, I'd always, like, start with the eyes first, and I'd make sure, like, the eyes were, like, I'd keep, like, erasing what I did and just keep, like, doing it again, and I try to make the eyes, like, as, you know, close as to the drawing I was copying off of as possible. And I do the same thing for like the strands of hair, and then like the size of the head, and you know, so on and so forth. What I really should have just been doing was just like, you know, doing those things where you draw the quick circles for your different body parts, and then just kind of like going from there. I've been doing that more a little recently, and I've had like an easier time doing proportions better. And it's also gotten me into the habit of just like doing it in the first place rather than worrying about so much about starting a project and it not looking good right away, because it's like not everything you're going to do is ever going to be perfect or good. So you got to get that thought out of your head like right away. Like that's why I'm not like 100% concerned about this being like the most professional Let's Play in the world or anything like that. I have like no aspirations for this being like a thing. I'm doing this for fun, and it's just like, I don't know. If something doesn't work out in one episode, if like the commentary is like blah or whatever, you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. There's lots of episodes in this Let's Play, so, you know, there's always time to get better and stuff like that. And like sometimes the only ways you can get better at things is by being shitty at something for a while and like learning from it. So, I don't know. There was like a phrase somewhere when I was in college, and well, I heard of it when I was in college. I'm sure it's been around for a while, but it's like make bad art or something like that. And just like keep making bad art, because through making bad art you can like realize what's good art. But enough about that. We have a boss here. We don't fight a lot of bosses in GU. Bosses are something that I'm kind of glad they introduced. In the first series, it was really just the phases that you fought, and another recurring monster named Kubia that kind of were like the bosses, and they kind of, I don't want to say like the gameplay changed significantly, but the areas you fought them in were like kind of unique, and like it was like the camera worked a little bit differently, and stuff like that. It was kind of like a little awkward to get used to it at first, but you do get used to it. It kind of sucks, though, because the first one of those fights you fight is at the very end of Volume 1, and you've got to go through a 5-floor dungeon to even get to it in the first place. So, I know, for me anyway, I died a lot to that first fight, just because of how different it was than other fights in the games. You know, it's still controlled the same, but not being able to, like, get a better view of the camera was kind of weird. Like, the camera kind of, like, followed you around and kind of, like, centered on you, and it was kind of more closer to the ground, so you can get, like, I don't know, I don't want to say, like, an aerial shot, but, like, I guess it's kind of like what's on the screen right now, rather than what it's used to being when it's, like, pulled out a little bit more. And, not to mention, the first phase you fight is pretty tough, too, for that point in the game. He moves all over the place, like, super fast. And he does a lot of damage, too.
Oh, you were great as
But,
Alkaid.
I guess, like, there were, like, kind of mini-bosses when you fight data bugs of, like, regular monsters that just had, like, corrupted data to them, and they had infinite HP and had to be data drained. But I don't know, I really wouldn't consider them bosses. They're just like fighting like normal enemies that you just had to data drain. So, I do like that there's bosses in this game, in the field and stuff like that. I wish there were like more of them sometimes. I wish they were like a little more challenging too, because they're usually just super big guys and you just like wail on them and they do like a super attack, and I don't know. And it's like, it's not like you're missing out on whatever treasure was in the beast statue room anyway, because you do get like that, whatever that treasure would have been when you defeat the boss. But I will admit, there is something satisfying about like finishing off an area by going in that temple and, you know, hearing the music. But, yeah. 2 unread emails. Are we gonna read them? I don't think we have time to read them. I don't remember how I end this, really. Oh. Why am I standing there? What am I doing? Oh, I am logging out. Neat. What am I doing, though? I'm legit confused. This is the problem with post-commentary. I don't remember my thought processes for a lot of this shit. It's just kind of like rediscovering it on my own. Oh. The adventure with Alkaid. Today was a great adventure, even if it wasn't what we originally set out to do. Alkaid is really direct and straightforward, isn't she? I think it's great. Oh man, Atoli, that sounds so, like, forced. More and more people are falling into comas, and now there's even a whole new type of Ida. This is just a guess on my part, but I think she might be evolving. So here's what I propose. I'd like you to come with me to investigate an area. I know I'm in no position to ask for favors, but if I went by myself, Ida would multiply faster than I could take them out. Please help me, Haseo. Oh, Coon, we haven't heard from you in a long time. Don't be apologize. These are the area words. I know it's a selfish request, but I hope you'll accept it. I'll leave the third member to you. Yeah, alright, we'll go with Coon. It's been a while since we hung out with Coon, since his little,
He's been working all
you know,
on his own
walk out of Raven.
Alright, let's go help him out.
I don't really understand why Coon needs our help, but, well, whatever. So anyway, next time I guess we'll go help him, so see you later, guys.